24th ranked Clemson leads North Carolina by 0.05 of a point after the first rotation. This is the regular season finale in ACC conference action for both North Carolina and Clemson today. And of course, a historic season for ACC gymnastics. It returns this season for the first time since 1984, back when the NC State Wolfpack won that championship. NC State has already claimed the regular season title for the ACC this season. 4 teams in the ACC: Clemson, UNC, NC State, and Pitt. And the first season in 40 years of ACC gymnastics. And a whole lot of headlines across the conference as you see NC State clinches that regular season title with its win over Clemson last time out. That being said, Clemson recently set a bar record, 4.9375 for a season high. And as we touched on before, North Carolina coming off of its best performance of this season, a 8th best score in UNC history, that 1.9665 for the Tar Heels last time out against Pittsburgh. Well, let's take a look at the top 10. Toy, it is no surprise that Oklahoma is at the top, but maybe the one thing that is just even more impressive than that is the lead that they have over everybody else.
Oklahoma has been outstanding for the past couple years. I am actually not surprised by this incredible 198 average from them.
A tremendous program, a dynasty in Norman, Oklahoma. As you see, Clemson and NC State repping the ACC, tied for 24th nationally with 196.175. So Oklahoma has its sights on another championship, as do many teams across the landscape. The regionals held late March, early April, the 4 regional host sites, and then the NCAA championships in April. Really exciting time of the year with college gymnastics really heating up, as we said before. The NQS scores begin after this week 8 of college gymnastics. So Clemson and North Carolina will enter the second rotation. The Tigers lead by 0.05 of a point. Rotation 2 after this from the Pink Bee in Clemson, South Carolina. It is a party in Clemson, South Carolina. One of the newest but most energetic environments in the sport. Here at Little John Coliseum, Clemson leads it by 0.05 of a point after the first rotation against North Carolina. So let's break things down after that first rotation. There is head coach Amy Smith, and she has to be pretty pleased, Toy, because that score, the team score on vault 4.92, led by Lauren Rutherford's 9.925, is a team high on vault this season for the Tigers.
They should definitely be impressed with that score. We saw a lot of really good vault from them. Would have liked to see a little bit better landings. That is what's really going to push them into a great success in the postseason.
As Amy Smith looks on, her vision coming to fruition in the first season of this program. Clemson already ranked 24th nationally. Meanwhile, Anna Durante leading the way for North Carolina, who, again, have battled injuries, illnesses throughout the season. But she feels that after that performance on Friday, they sat down as a team and they said, listen, we can look at January and early February as an extended preseason that taught us a lot of lessons. But now we still have 6 more opportunities for our NQS score. 3 away meets, which that is the necessary requirement for NQS score. So there is still a lot to play for the Tar Heels this season.
Coach said that they're still in this thing mathematically. And they're really, really going off of that momentum from the last meet. With all those suck landings on bars, like we mentioned before, the smaller things, the details, it's really what's going to drive you into a successful postseason.
So we move over to rotation 2. Gwen Fink will start things off for North Carolina. 9.75 on vaults. Last time out, the Fort Mill, South Carolina native. Played 5 sports growing up before finally settling on gymnastics. And a tremendous athlete who leads things off for North Carolina on rotation 2. Waiting on the judges to get things started. Last week against Pitt, North Carolina had season highs on every event except for vaults. And we'll look to top that today. All right, Toy, take us through this. What are the judges looking for on vaults?
Points of emphasis. Of course, start value. A Yurchenko layout full is no longer a 10-0 start. That's a typical vault you see in NCAA. Execution, what your vault looks like off the table, and then, of course, that stuck landing. We'll see here, beautiful execution throughout the air. Does take that small hop back. That'll be a tenth or two, but a lot of amplitude and power in that vault. Take another look here. Good entry onto the table. Beautiful layout before she begins her twist, and looks like she could actually go for another half twist there. Job well done.
Rebecca Wells in the leadoff spot once again for Clemson as the Tigers commence on bars.
Love to watch Wells on this event. She is such a powerhouse. Huge reverse hect as her major release. Handstand right on top of the bar. What the judges are looking for, accelerated giants going into the dismount. It's a full twisting double back. Sticks that landing. The crowd goes wild. That'll be a high score for the Clemson Tigers. Take a look at this huge reverse hack as her major release. So much height off that bar. She is just flying through the air.
Back to vault, here is Corey Shinohara, who is coming off a season high in vault last time out. The Massachusetts native who trained with the great Allie Raisman growing up.
Yurchenko full, nicely done. A little bit of a pikey landing. You can see she piked her hips just a little bit, closed her hips there. Take another look here. Round up back handspring onto the table. Nice open shoulders. You can see there she starts to pike down just a little bit on the second half of the rotation.
So Shinohara second in the lineup for North Carolina. Gwen Fink started things off with a 9.825. And back on bars, here is Eve Jackson. Season high in bars last time out, 9.875 for the Clemson all-around. Score update for Clemson, Rebecca Wells at 9.85 to get things going on bars for the Tigers. That is a season high for Wells.
Good connection there. Major release into an immediate overshoot down to the low bar. Good solid handstand right on top of the bar. Dismount's the only thing left. It's a full twisting double back and gets that landing. I tell you what, John, these teams came to play tonight. Nice major release there. It's a straddle Jaeger into an immediate overshoot. Good connection. And then we'll take another look at her dismount. It's a full twisting double back. Solid landing, solid finish.
Stuck landings galore between Clemson and North Carolina. Here is Paige Prejean. Corey Shinohara a 9.8 on her first go. So Prejean, their first appearance of the night.
Nicely done. Yurchenko layout full, takes a small hop back. Shouldn't be too major of a reduction there. Nice clean vault.
Prejean tied their season high last time out against Pitt with a 9.75. We'll see what's in store for that score. Back to bars, Lily Lippett will get things going for Clemson, and Eve Jackson a 9.9 on bars for the Tigers. That is a season high for Eve Jackson, and it ties her career high. So back-to-back meets with new season highs for Jackson.
Beautiful connection there, two major releases back-to-back. Dismount here, giant full to an immediate double back. Excellent connections throughout this routine. Doesn't exactly get that sub landing. You can see she took a small hop forward, but a lot of difficulty in that routine. Major difficulty there, and those two major releases back to back.
Here is Julian Ower. Paige Prejean, a 9.75 for North Carolina last time around for the Heels. Ower, two-time NCAA regional individual qualifier. Last time out, a career-high 9.9 on vaults.
A little bit short there. I could actually see it as soon as she took off from the table. Her shoulders were a little bit closed on the table. She did not get the height or the distance she needed. Why she had to take a couple steps back and actually almost ran back into the table. You can see here.
Back to bars, a bars specialist, Caitlin de Guzman for Clemson. Bars runs in her family, a medalist to the 2017 Southeast Asian Games. Her mom was a gold medalist at the Southeast Asian Games as well on bars. Lily Lippin at 9.825 as the strong bars lineup continues for the Tigers.
Jaeger to an immediate overshoot. Struggled a little bit with that last handstand there. Dismount, double layout. I don't know if they'll give her that stuck landing. She didn't present to the judges. Didn't show control before she presented, so I'm not sure if they'll give her that stuck landing. Take another look at her major release. It's a straddle Jaeger into an immediate overshoot. Good connection. And then again at this dismount, double layout. Takes that step back before she presents.
So the 23rd ranked team on bars, the Clemson Tigers. Solid go so far. Here's a look at Julian Ower, a 9.55. That is, to this point, the lowest score for North Carolina. Of course, the Heels hoping that is the lowest score through 6, and they can drop it. Here's Lale Dekanoidze.
Wow, beautiful Yurchenko layout full. Really tried to get that stuck landed. Didn't quite get it. Small hop back. Nice entry onto the table. Well above the table. Good distance from the table. And then again, just takes that small hop back.
So back to bars, Lauren Rutherford. A standout performance on vault earlier today, looking to follow that up on bars. And Caitlin de Guzman, a 9.725 for Clemson. Rutherford, again, did not compete last time out against NC State. Before that, only worked the bars against Pitt, the preseason ACC watch list honoree.
Gorgeous major release there. Nice handstand right on top of the bar to an immediate overshoot down to the low bar. Love the amount of connections we're seeing here. Gearing up for the dismount, double layout. Small hop forward, lands with her chest down ever so slightly. Huge major release there. And then down to the low bar with her overshoot. Missed that handstand just a tad.
Over to Kaya Forbes to wrap things up in vault for North Carolina. Her pre-meet routine includes eating 3 birthday cake flavored Hershey's to give her that fuel before every meet.
Wow. Just flew through the air on that Yurchenko layout full. I mean, practically floating. That looks so effortless for her. Beautiful body shape all throughout.
So Forbes wraps things up on vaults for North Carolina as Trinity Brown will step up. Toy, I have to ask, so Forbes is her routine, 3 birthday cake flavored Hershey's before each meet. Did you have a routine before each meet?
Absolutely, I did. I really actually like to stay to myself and not watch any gymnasts before me. That was my routine.
There you go. 9.825 for Lauren Rutherford on bars last time out for Clemson.
Wow, gorgeous connections there. Handstands right on top of the bar. You'll notice that the more connections these gymnasts have, the faster their routines go. And she finishes it with a double layout, sticks that landing. The crowd is yelling at 10, John. What do we think? We'll take another look at her double layout dismount. Huge double layout, just a little bit of a leg separation there, but nails that landing.
Trinity Brown, the Maryland native, wraps things up on bars for Clemson. We go back to vault. This is Ellie King exhibition.
Nice exhibition vault. Definitely pushing others to get into the lineup there. A lot of power in this vault. Job well done.
You said King pushing others in that lineup. That's exactly what Dan Durante mentioned to us earlier this week. She likes what she has in the freshman from the Woodlands, Texas. Another exhibition now for Clemson. Here is Trinity Webb, freshman from Missouri. Has appeared twice on bars this year.
Beautiful line so far. One thing that I've noticed immediately from this gymnast, .985 for Trinity Brown to wrap things up for Clemson. A career high for Trinity Brown on bars. Very clean routine. We'll take another look here at her dismounted double layout. You can see her ankles are glued together. I cannot express how difficult that is to do. She handled it perfectly.
So Clemson has one more bars exhibition, but they will wrap up this event with a 4.925, which is above their season average on bars, and they're 23rd ranked nationally on bars. So a strong performance for the Tigers. And Dakota Berry will wrap things up for Clemson. The freshman from California actually took 17 classes in high school last year to graduate early and enroll at Clemson. She has not officially competed for the Tigers, but gets an opportunity as an exhibition.
Exhibition routines are a great way for these gymnasts to get exposure and to perform in like a meet-like setting. And although their scores will not count toward the team total, it's a great way for these girls to get experience. Opening up with a major release, that was a shapash into an immediate pack salto. Good connection there, showing a lot of difficulty, struggling a little bit with that pirouette, having to perform it again. Just sees the finish on her feet, double layout, and recovers well.
So Dakota Berry wraps things up. Well, Clemson, as we mentioned, 23rd ranked team on bars. And this is a look at the rankings across the board. You see floor is where they're the highest, 19th nationally. Twice some strong numbers for Amy Smith's squad in year one.
Yeah, super impressed with them on really all the events, but floor, yes, definitely. They had stellar performances, and they're really proving that the ACC, this conference, is one to be reckoned with.
Clemson adds to its lead, 9-8-4-5 for the Tigers through 2 rotations as they lead North Carolina. Third rotation after this.